Say, all right, friends. Today is the vlogs that I like to share. You wanna walk? Okay, go ahead. You show them? What are we gonna go change? What are we gonna go do? Out there, yeah. Say garden. Can you say garden?
Say garden.
Garden. Okay, today you're going to go down to the garden, and it is the last warm day until probably, what, the new year?
Yeah.
Oh, this is definitely the last day in the 70s and probably till March.
Yeah, so today is like the day I want to be outside.
This is the day that, if I could be so
Lord has
honest,
made. Yes.
this is like...
Mom, you make the best bread.
Do you really? You love her mama's bread? Your mom's bread is the best.
Bread.
It really is incredible. What do you think about her bread? Walker? Oh my gosh.
Nope, not having
Okay, but for
Okay.
real, I love cold weather. So my season is
you're
coming.
happy.
Your season is ending. My
Things
season
are
is
close,
here.
Yes.
And my season's happening too.
You like it cold too?
I love it cold.
Oh, good.
My season's happening too.
Your season is happening too.
I feel like we've really fully embraced the mild climate changes and seasons here in Tennessee.
Yeah.
They're such blessings to us. And I also feel like Alex has done an amazing job teaching the girls what to look forward to. I think it can be pretty overwhelming that cold is coming, and then think to yourself like, oh gosh,
We're gonna be inside.
we're gonna be inside for 3 months. And I feel like Alex is like the queen bee of finding great, exciting adventures for the kids, inside, outside, and everything in between, no matter what the temperature.
Thank you. Okay, I'm gonna move this inside. So,
I dare you to eat one of those just raw off the vine.
no. Hot. Very hot.
We grew the hottest, spiciest peppers this
I feel
year.
like I'm like teasing you as like, come into the room. Okay, so we brought all of our hot peppers inside. I didn't even think about it, but I wanted to separate the hot peppers from our garden so I could save the seeds. And we just brought our pepper plants inside. And so we might be able to keep them until next year. Like, they might be fine. They should be fine. How cool is that?
Incredible.
All year round peppers.
All
So
year round peppers.
those came in. This is the last of our harvest. We let it freeze. So these
They're a
are,
little mushy.
yeah, some of them got mushy. So we actually, here, let's start with what did we do? Philip was so great and built us a couple of low tunnels.
Okay.
And with those low tunnels, I was hoping that we could spread out our season and extend our season. And I do say it probably helped ripen when maybe it got down into the 30s and 40s.
I feel like it
But-
helped your bell peppers big time.
Yeah, I think it really helped. But when it hit that 29 degrees,
Oh yeah,
the low
toasted.
tunnels were like, sorry, I'm not
Toasted.
helping you anymore. So we lost all of our peppers. All the foliage was dead, but we still had peppers on the plant, so we scrambled to bring them inside. It was pretty much my experimental year, and so let my lessons be lessons for you.
Yep.
The low tunnels, at least the way we made them, was just not warm enough to handle a hard freeze. I know.
Can we just say one thing?
Yeah.
Do they love land?
They love just running, playing, exploring. You found peppers?
They're on the ground.
That's right.
All right, good, more peppers. Friends, this is the season where our grass becomes incredibly discouraging and not green.
Oh, it's just
And
dormant.
the dormancy, we seeded the lawn in the fall, and it's been really dry. But this is all seeded. It will come up, and it'll hopefully kind of take root, then go dormant, and then once the roots are in, and you don't see anything, it's okay. You just have to have faith. Gardening and life out in the country, there's a lot of faith lessons to it. This has been a very successful year of gardening, of learning animals, of learning what new animals might be joining us next year, of learning what we can handle and what we can't handle.
Yeah.
We got a lot of comments. There was a comment one time that was kind of like, "Oh, you're right, hurtful, ow." When someone said, like, because we did some drone footage, and they were like, "Wow, your land and your grass and everything was so beautiful until you guys destroyed it." Yes, we did. We unearthed the grass and we made a garden. Yes, our chickens roam and they scratch and they peck, and like there's a natural tendency. The thing is, it doesn't have to be beautiful. Beauty is on the inside. It doesn't have to be on the exterior, especially when it comes to farms and homesteading.
Yeah.
It's not about the exterior. It's not about what the land looks like. It's what the land can do for you. And that's what we're training our children in. That's what we're training ourselves in. And that's what we're learning in daily, is that we are currently working on different sections of this land for different reasons. We took old bricks. Before we built this whole thing, the whole vision was we're going to build a bigger room so we can host. We've hosted, I think, 8 families in the last couple months. And it's a ministry to us, and it's part of our life to give people rest. And we took those old bricks and we made a fire pit. And you know what? It doesn't look perfect. There's weeds coming up. And that's okay. And you know what? One day we're going to have kind of like sloped herb garden. And you know what? It's bare dirt right now. We have to let the seasons and the rain do its thing and give us grass and make it beautiful and abundant one day. And we have 1 million tomatoes that the chickens are slowly coming into the garden. And like, we have it timed, and there's a reason for it, because we're almost done eating all of our lettuce. But all of that to just encourage you guys in this. The garden and the farm, is the intention of it is not to be just this beautiful, picturesque thing. It's that it produces more. It's more nourishing. It's more fruitful if you're just working on it, and it's a process, and it's a process of life. And so I encourage you, life is not just about the beautiful things and the things that look intact and the things that look like they are pieced together. It's about the things that are in process that you have to be proud of, and have the faith to believe that you're on your journey to a seed becoming a vegetable and a food, and then being put back into the earth and having this life cycle where the chickens get to eat all the extra things that we're producing. And then they put back into the soil for us, and they scrape it, and they make crazy little holes because they like to have their dirt baths, and that's how they get clean. And that's a good thing. And I'm just so proud of Alex, because I feel like she's championed so many new learnings, and she's had the greatest attitude of all time, coming from last year's garden, which I would say was somewhat okay.
Okay, let me...
But you improve every year.
Right now we are taking off the twist ties that held up our beautiful, green, lush, productive tomato plants. And look how dead they are. They're just like utterly dead. We could have definitely cleaned this up a while ago, but what I'm doing is I am going to let the garden replenish itself. So I'm not going to be pulling the roots up and disturbing the soil. I would love to do, or Philip could totally do, a why and how we do a no-till garden. I got a comment one time of like, how are you not pulling so many weeds? And it's all because of our belief in this no-till gardening and the permaculture design for a homestead and for giving back, and how the earth is not just where we suck all the resources out of it. We're making it this life cycle that Philip likes to talk about a lot. These guys right here, these ladies, are a huge proponent for our life cycle, and we're learning about how other animals could be also very big contributors to these life cycles, like our chickens. And
look at them. Look at Cassidy. Cassidy, are you eating the lettuce? Mom, can I just pause for a second and show you this? Yeah, you got the lettuce. You gonna eat it? Yummy. Yay.
And it's good because the chickens are trying to destroy our garden for next summer.
They're not destroying it. Why are they? Do you know why they're clawing at it?
No. To find worms.
Yeah, they're digging at it, and they're going potty in it, and their potty is helping our garden, putting nutrition back into the soil.
a documentary I would encourage you to go watch is Back to Eden Gardening. It's a little bit of a dry documentary, I'm not going to lie to you, but the content is great. It did take me a few days to get through it because the content was a little dry. Was it Kiss the Ground? Mm-hmm. They were talking about no-till in that one, weren't they?
Of course.
Another documentary that's a little bit more cinematic is Kiss the Ground, and I believe that's on Netflix, unless they have taken it off.
Or as Kinsley calls, Netflix.
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 know, but they just don't taste very good.
I know they don't taste very good because they froze. And so all the nutrition, look at that. It's just water. Basically just water at this point, unfortunately. But that's why we're letting the chickens come in, because they can eat the rest that they haven't eaten yet. Watch this. Shake them down. Pull all these down. They will dig, and there's tomatoes, and then they will go and eat those tomatoes. There it is. I love those tomatoes.
My favorite part is doing the twist ties.
You're doing the twist ties?
That's my favorite part too.
Okay, we've got plenty of twist ties left that we can untwist.
Are you cool that we've got a buff inside here?
The only thing I don't want them touching is our lettuce and our celery.
Well, you had a smaller little
Garlic.
chicken that's kind of cuter, and she's learning how to run right now, but she was eating all of your lettuce as well.
Okay. Cassidy, are the tomatoes still okay?
No,
Okay,
they're
I
pretty
have to say,
watery.
We harvested tomatoes into November because we had such a late frost.
Mhm.
It was wild.
Last year's frost was October
It was
20th.
The average around here is mid-October.
What
and
zone are we in again?
We're in 7A.
A. They are watery. It's okay. Look at these girls. Give me like one major learning that you feel like you could encourage people with if they just want to start
Gosh.
in their backyard. Like maybe they don't have. We prayed over finding land,
Yeah,
and
you
we
have
thought
understand, we had a patio that
didn't even get sun.
it was not even enough sun for.
Cilantro.
I'm not gonna say that because
Cilantro
I know
failed
it's-
it at
yeah,
what we.
our
Yeah.
cilantro failed, or even our basil failed. So we had a tiny condo, and the sun was definitely not in our favor, and I killed everything. I killed succulents, I killed houseplants, I killed herbs in my window. I thought, okay, homestead life sounds great, but I will kill everything, and nothing will grow. And I wasn't trying to be pessimistic. I just was like, man, I'm gonna have to learn a lot because I really kill everything. I'm not even kidding. How many succulents have I killed in our marriage?
All of them.
All of them. Yeah, I kill a lot. And
I stopped buying you bouquets of flowers and started buying you like plant flowers, and then those started dying.
yeah, all of that to say was that I was the epitome of a not green thumb, a black thumb, whatever you call it. I was that. And I had a successful garden. I had more peppers. I'm pretty sure that I will have supplied our entire peppers for the year. That's huge.
Huge.
Huge for us. I mean, peppers being like
How many-
$1 to $2 organic is what we got. So $2, $2.50 a piece.
Yeah.
How much money are we going to save on the fact that we grew so many peppers?
Hundreds.
So much.
Because we do onions and peppers with almost everything we eat.
Yeah. Granted, they're not going to be fresh because tis not the season.
And you preserve those by cutting them up and freezing
I
them.
froze them this year. I'm going to try different methods next year. I just had so many. I was like overwhelmed. It was a lot. And even tomatoes, same thing. Once we finish canning our tomatoes, they're in the freezer right now. And so you put them in the freezer, you can pull them out. When they thaw, the skins pull right off, and then you can process them however you want. And then we're gonna use the skins and dehydrate those and turn it into tomato powder. All of that to say is we've provided a lot so far in just this first beginner year. I have enough celery that I haven't had to buy celery this whole year. I grew so much garlic that I haven't had to buy garlic this
Right.
year. So for being our first year,
I can't do any
And-
more twist ties.
that's okay.
I can do this.
Kinsey, you want to get some scissors and cut the twist ties?
No, because we're saving them.
Yeah.
I'm saying all of this to say is that if you have a passion and if you have a drive and if you have a willingness to learn,
That is your greatest asset. You have an insatiable hunger for learning.
I love learning, and I would say that plants want to grow. Now, a plant that's in a pot that's kind of constricted in my house that I have to remember to water it, and my house is not blessed by God raining down water every so many days, it's a lot easier for me to maintain a garden.
Yeah, but let's be honest. You got 60 plus inches of rain this year, and it's not even over.
That's what I'm saying, yeah. Moving also to Tennessee, where we are blessed with a good water supply from the sky.
Our garden is dying because there's no more warmth in There's no more warmth because Because winter is starting.
That's right.
That's right.
We
And
have no more water.
Do things grow easily in the cold, or do they grow better when it's warmer?
Warmer.
well, it depends.
It depends because
What's
our carrots and beets are still coming up.
That's right.
And they're meant to be built for the cold.
Gosh, you are so smart. Yes, there are certain plants that are meant for the cold, that are okay with the cold.
Do you like being garden girls?
Yes, with barefoot feet.
Do you really?
But Titi really likes reading more than a garden. Yeah, but I love doing these twist ties.
Cassidy, what are you doing? Yay.
Oh.
Yes, baby.
Mama, remember you said these will never come off.
Her balance is crazy good.
Hey, girls, do you know where my cobra neck weeder is?
No.
It's the...
It's the weed thing, isn't it?
Yes, it's the weed thing. I don't want to cause this, like, feeling of stressful urgency, which I feel like a lot of people might be feeling. We have been passionate about moving to a homestead since we were first married. I just feel that all of us should learn these skills this year. I feel like we should all really educate ourselves this year. I have been doing a lot of sourdough bread, and I'm hoping to share more of it so everyone can feel that they can put bread on the table with just some flour and water. What if we don't have bread on the shelves like we did last year? We do have a passion to get to become more self-sustainable, and that might not be everyone's goal, but I still think that this skill set is irreplaceable.
Guys, I want you to know I screwed up.
That's okay. This is
I pulled all the roots out.
That's okay. This is what we're not doing, but that's okay.
Whoops.
So what we're going to do is we're going to cut at the base, and we leave those root systems in the soil, and they can decompose, and they can add organic matter back, and we're not going to be disrupting the ecosystem.
So you're going to put dirt back over that.
Oh, no, just leave it there. That's fine. But we're trying not to disturb the ecosystem that is building. We're trying to leave that light.
Which is why we don't till, which is why we just put massive wood chips and then spread them out.
Yeah, sometimes you think of, there's soil and there's dirt, and you think of like soil, and when you put it in, it's all just dirt. Dirt is like dead. Soil is life. There's life in it, and life giving back. That's why you have healthy plants and healthy nutrition in your food. So you want to give back to that ecosystem as much as possible. But, what's up, babe? So we are just tearing down almost the entire garden. There's a couple things that I still want to keep protected and hopefully not have a chicken get out and get loose.
I love that guy.
But like that.
I don't think we ever in our wildest dreams thought we would get like thousands of tomatoes this year.
How many think we got?
Oh, we got easily over 1,000 tomatoes this year.
so.
Easily.
Well,
Easily.
yeah, I guess.
I mean, there's hundreds just right here of just cherry tomatoes.
Sure.
And we were picking and eating cherry
Buckets,
tomatoes
yeah.
like in buckets. I want to show them what you do. Are you finding bugs?
I have really enjoyed sharing our homestead with you guys. And yes, we are still at the beginning stages of our homestead. But at the same time, I was talking to a friend slash other YouTuber here. Her name's Kelly. Their YouTube channel is Better Together Life. This is too good not to read. But we were talking about how sometimes comments will come in and it's just very silly on someone trying to come in and qualify your homestead. And she was talking about how the practice of canning at home in the city is a homesteader mindset. If you shop at the farmer's market and buy half a cow, that's the same mindset. We won't all be able to have land and animals necessarily in the season we're in, but we can all still have that mindset of wanting to have a homestead and maybe have some preparedness and things, and just it was just so good on how our garden, for me looking at it from the condo, this is ginormous. To someone who is fully self-sustainable, this is just their tiny little herb garden. For someone who has never had animals before, they see 40 plus chickens and they think that is a lot of chickens. Someone who has a big 100-acre homestead, this is just a little fraction. And I think my dream for sharing our homestead part of our lives is I just want to encourage you guys to just take action as we are wrapping up the garden very late and just watching all of this stuff that is dead and kind of feeling like this chapter is coming to a close. It's kind of exciting to know that the next chapter is around the corner, that right now you guys can be looking into buying seeds or placing orders or prepping for next year or getting a big 50-pound bag of flour and follow along and learn how to make sourdough bread. These are the things that I am passionate about and I want to share about more. For those of you who have gotten to this point of the video, you guys are our core, our family, the supportive ones who just kind of stick with us through all of it. I'm gonna ask you, would you rather move all of our homestead content, and we would love to dig in deeper on homesteading, on sustainability, on the things that we think are really important, just kind of watching our world kind of shift over the last couple of years. And for us going into the grocery store and not having things on the shelf, it was a big eye-opener to things that we have lost. Our generation is kind of weak in the sense of being self-sustainable, and I really want to give that empowerment back for you to know that if you don't have X, Y, or Z at the store, that you are going to be totally fine. So I'm going to ask you, would you like us to move all of our homestead content over to our other channel that we haven't really touched in a while, and then keep this channel over here specifically as our family and our infertility? There's just two big passions in our life, and I'm torn between keeping them separate to cater to different passions that people might have, or to keep them blended here. Everyone's life is not content specific, and so I don't know if we just keep it all here. So this question is for our core. Where and how do you want us to be sharing our different passions as we continue to make content for you guys?
Chickie. Did you say chickie?
Chickie.